evening, good morning, good afternoon, good whatever it is, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to You Haven't Heard This Music podcast, a podcast about lesser known music by lesser known artists that we believe are as good, if not most of the time better than that, in the mainstream. Back with another episode, another main show episode, season 4, episode 18. It's been a few weeks, it's been about 3 or 4 weeks since our last one. We had a bit of a few complications, so to speak, and we missed an episode, but we're back now. Our last one was with Austin Reno. That was a fantastic episode. Please go check that out. That's on Spotify. It's on all the places you can find a podcast. There's also the video version on YouTube, so yeah, you can check those out there. This week we have Goza Goodspeed joining us. If you've listened to the show before and you're a regular listener, you'll know Goza. He's a cheeky chappy, so we expect lots of banter, lots of fun. It should be a good episode. If you want to follow us and find us and see what we do, you can do that at yhhtmpc.com. If you want to send in your music submissions and your EPKs and have us listen to your work to see if you can get on our different platforms, we've got Artist of the Week, we've got this main show, we've got the blogs, we've got the Midnight Lives, so there's lots of opportunities for all the artists. If you want to send in your work, you can send that to info@yhhtmpc.com. If you want to support us and support what we do, you can do that at buymeacoffee.com/yhhtmp, and every little bit helps. Yeah, so that's pretty much that, I think. As I stated before, we are a podcast about lesser known music by lesser known artists. For example, the piece of music you can currently hear behind me is Propulsive with his latest track, and that is today's intro. Propulsive is a DJ from Zwolle in the Netherlands, I think. We'll leave all information and all links and everything in the show notes to all the artists and Alison. Yeah, Goza, are you well?
I'm good, mate. I'm just trying to figure out the sound at my end is a little bit quiet, despite the fact that everything seems to be.
Everybody sounds okay on my side. I'm guessing you might need to just turn up your earphones.
Yeah, it's funny. It's weird. Everything is up as high as it will go, but it just doesn't sound quite as loud as I want. It's still fine. Still absolutely doable. As long as it sounds good at your end, that's the main thing. That's all I care about, really.
You sure you're okay?
Yeah, it's absolutely fine.
Okay.
Cool. I've managed to get a little, actually, I've cranked it. I've managed to get a little bit more volume. That's excellent. Good. Awesome. Good. Thanks for having me on again. You know, it's always fun to come on this podcast.
It's a bit different this time. We get to see each other.
Yes.
For the first time ever.
Well, your
room looks very psychedelic.
Yeah, very trippy.
This is I've got a little back room in my house, and it sort of adjoins the house but isn't part of the house. So it means that you can make a lot of noise in here and no one cares and can hear you. But it's great for recording and practicing, but it's not big enough for any more than one person. And when I took it on, it was just like a utility room, and it looked like a horrible, like, grey space. So I had to do something, and so I did this.
That's so fun.
It sounds perfect for recording. It sounds very dry in there. Sounds perfect for recording.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's very, very good for recording and for practicing. So I've done a few podcasts. I think I did our last podcast in here as well. So yeah, there you go.
Wayne, your
looks lovely
jumper
and
actually
cozy.
suits the room. Wayne's jumper, it's like super trippy as well.
Yeah, it's like a festival jumper, isn't it? That's definitely a
Yeah.
festival jumper.
That's what it is.
Yeah, nice.
I haven't
Perfect.
recorded in here since the weather's turned, so I'm freezing cold. So I've had to run upstairs and pick up the first thing. I was like, well, it's the end of the summer, but I'm going to go for it. You know,
I love it.
MDMA and all that at Glastonbury.
MDMA. You was on the old MDMA. Were you Wayne on the Monday?
Have you heard the story today, Rich?
No.
The scientists have been testing the river water at Glastonbury, and it's full of MDMA from all the festival goers pissing in the river. I'm not joking. It's true.
And the rest.
They're saying
that's the thing.
They're saying, and the high levels of cocaine as well. And they're saying that if it carries on happening, like if it happens next year, there's a good chance that this endangered species of eel will die out because it'll, full of MDMA and cocaine.
Yeah, but probably a new species will evolve in its place that's addicted to MDMA or something like that. It was incorporated MDMA into its DNA or something.
They just love everything.
Yeah.
You can't go by the river anymore. The fish jump out and hug you. Tell them they're your best friend.
That's it. And Richie, that is, I take it that's a fake backdrop, isn't it?
No. This is our studio. We haven't. This is where we are.
Ask him what that mixer is on the bottom shelf of his rack there. Ask him what that is.
Yeah, what does that do there, mate? Does that?
Other side.
I'm not the sound engineer. Somebody else deals with all this shit.
Actually, ask him for a look at his beer. Ask him what he's drinking.
Oh, what are you drinking?
Invisible brew.
Invisible.
Nice.
Anyway.
I was a bit jealous when I saw that you'd done that the whiskey themed podcast not so long ago. How did that go?
It was very good, actually. We really enjoyed it. I bet you still got some of those whiskies left, haven't you, Emma?
Yes, I do.
No
Nice.
shit.
I know.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think that was the fulfillment of a lifelong ambition for you, wasn't it, Richie? Combining the podcast and whiskey.
I've been combining the podcast with whiskey for a long time.
Unofficially.
This is the first time in a professional capacity.
Yeah.
So are there going to be more of those then?
Who knows? We just I don't even. How did that one even come about? Every now and then I'll have an idea and I'll throw out a load of emails to people who, might have whiskey or that they line up with the idea that I've had, and sometimes they get back, and then we've got a special episode. But it's just free. I fancied some free whiskey. He sent me some free whiskey. Job done.
Good free whiskey as well.
It was really good, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this at home, you can go check out our whiskey special from about 6 weeks ago with, what was his name? Bill. Bill.
Hold on. You know what I'm like? I wrote this down somewhere. Billy Abbott from the Whiskey Exchange.
Billy Abbott from the Whiskey Exchange, the biggest. What's the word I'm looking for? The biggest.
Wholesaler.
The biggest. No, I don't think the wholesalers, but as far as whiskey goes, they're like the biggest shop. Yeah, the biggest off license in the
biggest off license in Britain.
Yeah.
Don't bother coming to us for your Carlin though. We've got £1 million bottle of whiskey coming up.
Right. Anyway, okay. So let's move on with the show. This is a podcast about less known music by less known artists. We believe it. I've said it 1,000 times. So I'm gonna ask Emma to introduce her first artist. I've already introduced the show in the intro that you haven't seen, so everybody knows what's happening. Emma, do you want to go first?
Yes. So this is Broken Links and their track Pioneers. So that was Broken Links and their track Pioneers. Broken Links express melodic, laden alternative rock that is dark, haunting, and potent. The three-piece consists of Mark Lawrence, Louis Betteridge, and Phil Bolter, who hail from Eastleigh, UK, who have constantly pushed the boundaries since forming in 2008. They've built a formidable, loyal fan base and following since their self-release of 3 EPs and 2 albums. So plenty of material to check out for these guys. So yeah, support them. What do you guys think? Gozer?
I really liked it. I got quite transfixed by the video then. It looked like a music video intercut with an episode of Gotham. That's what it looked like to me. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but it was good. I liked it a lot. I was trying to think what it reminded me of, and it was definitely...
Joy Division?
Yeah, maybe, but I was getting quite a 90s rock vibe from that, actually. There was maybe a Smashing Pumpkins style influence there somewhere. I don't know if you heard that, but yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah. And yourself, Richie?
I liked it. Was this sent to info@yhhtmpc.com?
Yes, it was. That was.
I missed this. I missed this one then, so I would have selected this for the Midnight Live.
It was Pufferfish. It was a while ago. I've been meaning to bring it for ages.
Okay, good track. Really good track. It feels very. What's what I'm looking for? Teenage rebellion type. It's got that feel about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Skins episode or something.
You'd go well on Skins or on Misfits or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, and Wayne.
Yeah, I'll echo everything you said. Yeah, it's for me, it's like an updated Joy Division, like we said, with a bit of Depeche Mode in there as well. I mean, they're a rock band with a synthy edge, and that's my jam all day. You know, it's got that lovely, fuzzy overtone to all their entire thing. There's traces of DNA, traces of Muse in their DNA. Sorry, that's what I'd say as well, especially with that driving drum beat. That's a definite, and that synth, that saw synth they use. I love a bit of hardcore synth. It's right up my street. Yeah. It's really cool. The video, I was getting bits of like The Purge from it, like an apocalyptic. I like how that video, if you strip it down to its base images, makes no sense whatsoever. But because there's nothing in there that's correct. But because of the way it's intercut and how stylized it is, and the shift in the color palette, it looks brilliant. You know, you've got a moment of a shopping center's escalators with people going up and down these escalators, intercut with people in clown suits in an apocalyptic wasteland. You don't question it; it just goes together. It looks good. It's a really well stylized video.
Do you think they were trying to make a point about consumerism leading to the end of days, or do you think it was just like, let's chuck everything at the wall and see what sticks?
My mate Dave's got a DSLR camera, and he's got some really, really good ideas and some brilliant software. He can do us a video. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you should ask Dave if you can borrow his camera, because yours is dog shit.
Christ, you and cameras. Let's do an audio podcast then.
Me and cameras, you've just bought 2. Why would you need 2?
I've got 3. I don't want to stream. Go on.
We're not streaming. This is recorded.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, right. Who's do you want to go next, then, Wayne?
Yeah, fuck it. I'll go next. I'm bringing Aubrey Key and her song "Flies."
In the
So that was Aubrey Key and her song Flies. She's from South Carolina, and this is taken from the album Cow, which is available on Flagless Records. And a little bit about Aubrey. Aubrey is a unique singer-songwriter creating thoughtful music that is as witty as it is catchy. I mean, there's nothing outstanding about this. It's lo-fi. It's got a slight Pixies vibe to it. It's got bedroom recording written all over it, and I love that about it, to be honest. I like that it's simplistic. We could all do this pretty straightforwardly. There's an earnestness to the way she sings it, the way it's recorded, everything about that. And over the years, I've seen so many bands who can pull this off live, and it works on me every single time. And I think if she played I've got the Hare and Hounds not far from me in Birmingham, and if she played there on a Thursday night in the main room, this would work on the crowd there, because I've seen it done many times. It's right there for me. It's also, it's got indie film soundtrack written all over it, and that's another reason why I just love it. And the album's fantastic as well. I've listened to Cow. It's really, really good. If you like this sort of stuff, it's definitely for you. And we'll start with you, Ema.
Yeah, that was absolutely my cup of tea. I thought that was stunning. I want to be sad to that song. Just like go walking in the rain or like stumble around at 3 a.m. or something. It's like perfect. Really enjoyed it.
Sadly roll a cigarette.
Yeah, it's just like stumble home from the bar through. Oh, it's raining.
Yeah.
Oh, it's I deserve. It's really, really great. Yeah, and I love there's a lot to it, although it's very simple. There's one part where you'd almost expect a guitar solo, but she just plays like one note over and over and over again. And that's just like really got me, Like sometimes one note could just be so effective. And yeah, I really appreciate the song. I will be adding it to my playlist.
Excellent. Goza.
I listened to this when Richie sent it to me, and no surprises, I liked it a lot. It's got a very much sort of acoustic grunge feel to it. And that guitar solo that isn't really a guitar solo reminded me a lot of the anti-guitar solos that Cobain used to play and all that. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
We're deliberately subverting your expectations and all that lot.
Yeah.
And it's melodic, and it's good. I liked it a lot. And in fact, when I got sent the track, I then went on and listened to a bit more of the album, Cow, and I liked it all. So yeah, it's good work. Enjoyed it a lot.
And Richie.
Yeah, it's a little bit of nostalgia. This is where you're around your mate's house. He breaks out the guitar. You're sat in the living room. You've been on a bit of a session, quite fucking. Have a listen to this song that I've wrote. And somehow, even though he's fucked, it actually sounds quite good. Something, I don't know if it's something to do with the chord progression, but I kept finding myself singing Zombie over the top of it.
Yeah, maybe. It's sort of, and it's the right tempo as well. It's the sort of right tempo and the right cadence as well. So even if the chord tempo is not right, I can see where you're going with that. Yeah.
Yeah, but all in all, great. So it's nice that you can listen to a piece of music, love it, and it hasn't been tampered with. It hasn't gone through rigorous like DAWs and shit like that. It's just a piece of music. It's probably been done on one of those Fostex things where you keep banging on about those 8-track things.
Yeah,
it's probably been done on one of them. But that's what it sounds like. It sounds like it's been done on something like that.
You want to learn how to mix and master. You want to learn how to record. You buy yourself a Fostex 424, and then you buy a fucking load of tapes, and then you learn from the ground upwards how to fucking bounce tracks along and try and get the hiss out of your track when you've got to play.
No. What
See, the thing is, back in the day, you used to take the hiss out. Now, if you can get that hiss, that authentic hiss, you keep that in there.
$20,000 for that, yeah.
No, you get a plug-in that makes hiss.
That's it. That's what I was going to say. You probably find she spent $250,000 on getting that sound that you think she made in her bedroom,
Yeah.
I hope not. I hope she has just got a Fostex.
Yeah.
All right, finish up with you then, Rich.
I'm bringing my artist, who is Jenny Colquitt, with her song Shape.
I am a fossil at the bottom of the waves where we lay, deeper than the ocean with my mind in this state. I am growing, but a part of me is here where I lay, and I'm feeling kinda nervous today. Some of us hold it in our hearts to think about things this way, a beauty on the surface that I hide it away. To be caught up in reality is fortune, they say, and I'm only one of every one of us who knows I'm okay. Where are we going? How are we knowing? Is there a photograph if I just ask to give life a shake and tell me how my feelings should change today? There is a feeling in the bones of those who argue with fate, seeping through the corners of the circle they make. It is older than a part of them who learn how to say, I am done with every part of this day. Where are we going? How are we knowing? Is there a photograph if I just ask to give life a shake and tell me how my feelings should change today? I'm falling apart, but I know how to say life will get easier. Don't tear me apart while my mind's in this place. Have you ever been there? I know it's okay. I know how my feelings should change. Where are we going? How are we knowing? Is there a photograph if I just ask to give life a shake and tell me how my feelings should change today?
So that was Jenny Colquitt. She says on her website here that I'm currently looking at, my name is Jenny Colquitt. That's handy.
Good start.
I am a singer, songwriter, musician, and citizen of the Northwest United Kingdom. It could be anywhere. I think it was Liverpool, or thereabouts. Yeah, I began writing music in my early teens, and from there I have played many venues and spread my music far and wide. In 2016, I released my debut EP titled The Quiet Kind. I also run a successful YouTube channel and Twitch channel. and she enjoys video recording and shit. If you want to,
That's quite
if
special.
if you want to find out more about Jenny Colquitt, she was recently our Artist of the Week, and I thought I'd bring her again for the main show because I think it's one of my favourite songs that's been submitted this year, and it's quite surprising that it's been brought to me. I'm going to explain why now. I'm going to share something with you, Wayne, and I want you to tell me your first thought when you see this on the screen. Okay, so that was the email that was sent to me.
For visual insight.
Hello, this is a new single from Widnes singer-songwriter Jenny Colquitt. Hope you enjoy the front and band Eli as well. I can send you the song if you're interested. And that's all. That's all. Now, usually, as you know, if somebody sends me that email, let me try and enlarge that for you.
Also, the best thing about it, it's from Swag John. Swag John. Hello, this is the new single from Widnes singer-songwriter Jenny Colquitt. Hope you enjoy. She fronts a band Illy, as well as you can say their song if interested. From Swag.
That's all I said. Now, as you know, and I'm not showing this. I don't usually show emails because usually they put on them that you shouldn't share unless. But they haven't said anything like that. They've just sent that. Now, I'm not showing to humiliate or anything like that. It's kind of like educational to people who want to send their music. That you need to be a bit more thorough because under normal circumstances, I don't freeze like this and disappear.
I'll
where
quickly
the fuck
tell
have
you.
I gone?
Can
you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Oh, that's
I'll quickly tell you what I'd do
embarrassing.
with that email. If I open that email, I'd quickly tell you what I'd do. It's up there in the top right-hand corner. It's a little trash sign. That's what I'd be pressing. I wouldn't even be bothered checking the song out because you can't be asked to send me correct information, so I'm deleting. FYI.
Yeah, but it's from Swag John.
But it's
Come on.
Swag John.
Yeah,
It's Swag John.
And
you can't ignore Swag John, man. Seriously.
You wouldn't believe the people I've ignored.
So yes, under normal, 99.9% of the time, that email would have been ignored and trashed. However, this one-off, I just happened to click on it and have a listen. I thought, fuck me, I'm glad I listened to this. It's amazing. And fair play to him. They sent a message back saying, look, I'm really sorry about my PR skills and everything. And, it's just one of them. But, if you want to send your music to us, please send all the information, including social links, streaming links, bio. But absolutely fantastic. So a polar opposite of what Wayne brought. It's all the production as opposed to none of the production.
Yeah.
All that stuff behind you, Rich, every single one of them, every single line of that mixing desk behind you, and all the racks on the other side and all.
Yeah, but it's been done so well, though. I mean, the production's amazing on it. It's a nice video, and I think she's working on an album. In fact, if she's probably going to listen to this because I'm going to tag her in it. And we did mean no offense when I showed that email. It is just for educational purposes.
And violated GDPR.
What's GDPR?
The rule that
if you don't know about it, I can't tell you.
The rule that says don't show emails on your screen.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do that.
Worry. It's all right. This is an audio podcast, and you'll see it.
Swag John, it's okay.
It's not an audio podcast, is it, when we're using fucking video?
No, you're using video. Don't blame me on this.
It's okay. I'll figure something out. Anyway, it was just so Jenny, if you're listening, we'd like to get you back on the main show sometime. Like this show, but without Goza, with you instead.
Yeah.
So
with a much more professional production. Yeah.
And I promise I won't show any more emails because of GDPR, whoever the fuck they are. They can suck a bag of dicks as well.
This is where Rich just gets tackled off his chair by some sort of enforcement authority.
Yeah.
The FBI agent behind his computer just crawls out.
So I'm gonna edit out all of what just happened. And
why don't we go with what we all thought, eh? Let's crack on.
Oh yeah. So what did you think of this then, Wayne?
Oh, hang on.
It's nice to see that some things never change on this podcast.
Oh, mate, 4 years down the line, and we're as professional as the day we started. I'll be honest. When it started, I thought, "Oh, this feels a bit worship. This feels very worship."
Oh yeah, I thought that.
Yeah.
I did think
Not that I'm saying it's a bad thing. That doesn't float my boat at all.
Gospel.
You know. Yeah, I know. I don't mind gospel. It's worship. Not a fan of that stuff. And then it kicks up a gear, and I was like, okay, you've got my attention now. You know, it starts to take. It's changed its shape. That's bunny ears for everybody listening on the podcast. Nobody else got that? No? The song's called Shape? No? Fucking hell, forget it.
It's only you paying attention, apparently.
Apparently, yeah. I like that it's got some feelings of like modern country to it, you know, in the way that she sings and the way it's been recorded. Like, it puts me in mind of people like Lady Antebellum and... yeah, Lady's gone straight out my head. But that sort of modern country sound, like the Shires and people like that, and Ward Thomas.
Leanne Rimes.
Really... No. We're talking like now country, not 20 years. Sort of.
She started the now country.
You know Ward Thomas, Emma, or
I have.
no,
yeah.
or you know. They're fantastic, and the Shires, they're fantastic. But yeah, I like that sound. It's nice. I really like this building structure to the song, how it starts and just keeps adding and adding and adding until you get to like a really big crescendo at the end. And call me crazy, I'm a fool for the rhythmic dancing within the video as well. I thought it was quite artsy, but it's quite nice. And just randomly, when the piano was playing on its own, it reminded me of Deacon Blue. But I don't know. I can't tell you the reason why. But it just instantly put me in mind of some Deacon Blue songs. Don't know why. Just did. But yeah, I quite enjoyed that. Yeah.
Cool. Emma?
Yeah, my first thought when I heard this was, "Oh, Richie." Like,
It's not the first time you've thought that.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a good. I was gonna say episode. Great song. It actually kind of gave me like early 2000s vibes, especially like the phrasing, because it was like she goes da 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 today. I feel like that's actually like very kind of like old kind of like singing style, and then it was like kind of country but also kind of modern.
It made me think of what's her face, Celine Dion.
Oh yes, I was going to say that. Absolutely, all day long, Celine Dion.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, she has really nice lyrics as well. I really like the first one. It's like, "I'm a fossil on the beach" or something like that. That's really clever. I hadn't thought of using fossil as like an idea in a lyric, so it's really nice.
And now she's going to steal it.
It's artistic inspiration.
I like it.
I won't do that.
Goza.
Yeah, it was very much like anthemic pop, wasn't it? That's the kind of thing that would play on Radio 2 all day long, and you could see like right from the beginning I was thinking Celine Dion, I believe that my heart will go on, all that stuff, and I could see somebody like Pink covering this song and all that
really
kind of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. It's just that it's that sort of thing. It's not really my cup of tea, but I did enjoy it for what it was. Much like Ema. Sorry, I can't remember how to say your name properly. I apologize. No one can say my name either. I was thinking, I think it was very sweet that you picked this song, and it was sweetly uplifting. So she's clearly got chops. She can clearly sing. She can clearly songwrite, and she can even throw some shapes. So she's probably got a massive future ahead of her.
She probably takes offense at you calling them shapes, throwing shapes. Your granddad throws shapes.
What's she doing?
It's the song title.
Yeah.
It's the song title.
Yeah.
Lovely. So that was our 3 artists that we've brought, some of our favourite artists over the past weeks or so. Go check them out in the show notes. We'll leave all the links. Go show them some love and support and all that shit. We're going to move on to our next section. And our next section is the wild card. I think this is new. I think this section's new to go. And last time you were with us, Goes, we had the head-to-head.
Yeah.
We had probably the intense hardcore genre musical challenge mode go. I mean, in fact, we probably had the world challenge back then.
Yeah, and you had Neil as well. That's the thing. That's how long ago it was.
Neil's still with us. He's just had a sex change.